Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Friday, December 22nd, 2023. Almost 24. Wow.
Yeah, one more, right? We'll do one more at least before the new year.
Yep.
But here's our Christmas holiday edition. And we're working on the audio.
Yeah. we did a test this morning. We're hoping that the audio is still working as we're doing this live now.
Some screw with these mics. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe I've been too close to them or something. So I'm stepping back. I'm sitting back a little bit on this one. Maybe hopefully the audio will be better on this one. But we're trying.
Yeah, we did a test. All right. So they finally released information about the fireworks show for New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Apparently, they think there's going to be upwards of 400,000 in town.
Wow.
There's going to be, they do what they call the America's Party. Mm-hmm. And I guess they added Fontainebleau.
Okay.
Sorry, so last year they shot off of 8 different casinos. This year it's 9. Here's the casinos. It's going to be the Strat, Fontainebleau, Resorts World, Treasure Island, Venetian, Caesars Palace, Aria, Planet Hollywood, and MGM Grand.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be an 8-minute show, 12,000 fireworks, which is 1,000 more than last year. It was 11,000 last year. Sync to music, Mariah Carey, Bananarama, Bruno Mars, Pitbull, Pink, and more.
Okay.
So, I watch it from here.
Yeah.
That's
what you like to do.
I don't get down there. I watch it from the office here. Downtown, for people who are interested, the Plaza is going to have their own show.
Yeah.
And which they do every year, which is kind of a cool thing for them to do. And it's $50 for the party down there on Fremont Street.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so $50 to go down there on Fremont Street. The Plaza's always fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cool at the Plaza. They take it upon themselves to do that. Mm-hmm. I've done that downtown party. Mm-hmm. I didn't like that either.
Oh, really? Okay.
I guess everybody wants to get out and mingle on New Year's Eve, and I don't. I just kind of curmudgeon, right? I sit back and watch from my balcony. But it is, it's a good atmosphere down there. There's a lot of security and police and all that.
Yeah. Same
thing with the Strip. The police are out in force. There's always a problem or two or whatever. But coming up, those of you who are coming in, there's your details.
And just a quick reminder: don't forget that tomorrow the Golden Gate reopens. They had a quick closure, right? Because they had to redo the carpets. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, they're going to debut their new carpet. But the important thing is free booze.
That's right.
Saturday, free booze from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, that's right. So you go down to the Golden Gate and you get your free booze.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be an open bar. They're calling it the Open Bar Bash. Mm-hmm. How crowded is that going to be? I don't know. I sound like I'm really crowd phobic right now, don't I?
A little bit.
I get tired of all that stuff. But free booze tomorrow, 6 to 8.
Okay. Are you going to go?
Nope.
All right, so Anthony, we got to talk Survivor because there's been some drama.
Yeah, the Survivor contest at CIRCA.
Yeah, it's getting towards the end.
Yeah, they're down to 10.
Okay.
All right, so out of 9,000 whatever, they're down to 10. The equity in holding one of those is about 930,000 right now.
Okay.
I mean, that's their 1/10 share. But the drama you mentioned comes in the way of the contestants wanting to chop the pot.
Okay. Now, chop the pot means just equal split.
That means it doesn't have to be an equal split.
Okay.
You can do it. You can do a chop. Some people call it a saver. I think what they proposed is, 10 of them. One of the 10 proposed. They were able to get a hold of one another and propose that they would cut out $4 million that they would play for, and the other $5 million they would split evenly among the 10.
Sounds good to me.
Well, apparently one player, a poker pro, who's done very well as a professional poker player, did not want to do the chop.
Okay.
And he refused. And everyone's talking about, spoil sport and all this kind of thing. I don't really get it. I don't get what the problem is. If one guy doesn't want to chop, then leave him out of the chop.
Yeah.
These are things that we used to do all the time. When we would play in tournaments, you'd get down to I was playing professionally and we would play in a big tournament, you get down to the final table, and if you know one or two players on the table, you meet in the back room and say, all right, let's do a saver or let's split it up. Mm-hmm. And you didn't have to have everybody involved. So, I mean, if 9 people want to do the split and one doesn't, then 9 people do the split.
Okay.
I mean, why not? There's no rule or law that I know of preventing it. And now here's how it works. If any of the 9 win, they cut it up the way they agreed. And if the one guy who refused to wins it, then he gets it all. But if he doesn't, if he's not the winner, then he doesn't get a piece of what everybody else is getting.
That's really interesting. Now it also made the news because people are talking about this.
Yeah, well, it's fascinating to people about how these deals can get made. Now, the thing when we used to do this on the fly, what you were worried about was there wasn't really enough time to do legal documents or anything.
That was kind of something I was thinking. Like, who manages this? What kind of contract do you sign?
Well, what we would do is we would have the wives or girlfriends would work on it. They were smart girls, and they'd put together just a contract that was enforceable because it was signed and witnessed and everything else. So we would put that together and we'd do a quick sign on that.
Okay.
Here they'd have enough time really, to get it together in a more legal fashion to make sure that everybody's going to get paid when it happens. But, again, there are all kinds of ways to do it. It mitigates risk. I mean, what if only 2 guys get together? There's 10 left and 2 guys get together and say, all right, we're going to cut it. And now you've cut your risk right there, because you got 2 chances. Now you won't win as much, but you got 2 chances as opposed to 1. So, it's interesting. Everybody's interested about this and going, oh, the one guy wrecked it. He didn't wreck it.
He didn't wreck anything.
They can do whatever they want.
Okay, so the one guy just basically stood up for himself and said, no, you know what? I'm going to win this thing.
Yeah.
Without you 9.
And why would he do that? All right, he would do that because he feels he is better. Or most likely he looked at you can look at everybody's remaining teams. Remember in Survivor, you can only use a team once.
Well, that's a real analytical play.
Yeah, well, he looks at everybody else's teams and he goes, wait, I've got the way better card.
Yeah.
And I did read somewhere, I think in the RJ, where he said, I'll go into the chop if I get more than everybody because A, I'm better, and B, I'm in a better position. I don't have a problem with that.
That's called a negotiation.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what happens.
All right. So, Anthony, if you're in this situation and you're one of the 10 people remaining, do you chop the pot?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Yeah.
But, I would it would depend. I mean, like the guy who doesn't want to do it, I would do the same analysis. I would look at my situation and go, do I have an overwhelming edge? If I've got an overwhelming edge, then maybe I wouldn't. This is really a kind of a decision based on utility, meaning what will this do? What will this money do to change your life? And, if the utility for me was it really didn't matter if I won that money, I would still do it if I thought it was the right play.
Correct.
But I would look at the situation, and I wouldn't want to, if I felt I was better and had an edge, I might save part of it and say, yeah, let's play for that remaining $4 million or $5 million or whatever. So, I mean, the answer is to be completely honest, unless I had an overwhelming edge, no matter how much money I had or what my life situation was, I would make some kind of a split.
Right. Okay.
I just think it's prudent.
Now for me, I know what I do. I'd chop the pot without even thinking. I'd say, I'm so damn lucky to be in this. I'm just going to chop the pot, split it with you guys.
Chop, baby, chop.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. But I do like the idea because I never thought about this, about how you can do a set aside. Like you can say, all right, we're all going to play for this one lump sum to split, but then the winner, whoever actually does do the best, gets this little incentive.
That happens a lot. And it's actually more fun that way too, because now, you get a big bonus if you're the guy who wins it. And that's cool.
Yeah, it's the ultimate because you get the safety, but then you also get the action to compete.
You get this far down, it just it seems prudent to make that play.
And this week's Jackpot of the Week is a really fun one. Comes to us from Robert B. And also somebody said last week in the comments, they said, Andrew, your $400 aces with a kicker does not count as a jackpot of the week.
It's not much of a jackpot.
It's a lazy jackpot of the week.
It was lazy because we had just gotten back from Fontainebleau, but we don't care. We can anything's a jackpot's a jackpot. But this one's a banger.
Yeah, this one's really cool. Okay, so it comes from Robert B. and he says, I'm not sure if this qualifies as a jackpot of the week, but with recent mentions about CARNY games and the recent publication of the Ultimate Report, the book on CARNY games, I thought this story would be worth sharing, and it is. 3 buddies invited me to the Rio a few weeks ago to play Crazy 4 poker. We agreed that we each buy in for $200, and after the game, we'd split our wins and losses 4 ways. So speak of chop of the pot,
Exactly.
Their method of play included betting 5 on all of the side bet or sucker bets that drain your money very quickly. We were each about to buy in for another 200 when I was dealt a straight flush. When I revealed my hand, my buddies at the table went crazy. There was this feeling of disbelief when we realized that the straight flush paid $25,000. Wow. I think that it was the super bonus, the quote-unquote super bonus, the highest payout at the table.
Second highest.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The second highest payout at the table. Also, my three buddies had bets on the envy bonus, so they each won an additional $1,500. A total of $29,500 hit that the four of us happily split. Beginner's luck at Carney games, I guess. I'm sure it was a hit of the lifetime.
Wow. Well, that's a pretty picture, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's $15K a piece.
Unbelievable.
Right? For playing a really crappy strategy. I mean, honestly, these games, look, you play that Carney stuff for the excitement of it, just like that, and because lightning could strike. Now, realistically, I mean, I don't really know this game, Crazy for Poker. I haven't ever played it, but I have a general idea of kind of how it works, and I think they're playing a Queen's up side bet, which could barely make out what that pay schedule was, but according to the books he mentioned, the Ultimate Report, and also Gambling 102 talks about Crazy for Poker. That is about 6.8% negative. And now, if they won the super bonus, which I believe is part of the Caesars linked progressive system, and that thing is I don't know, between 9 and 18%, according to Wizard of Oz and Gambling 102.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're playing some pretty big negative expectation stuff, but that's why you do it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you do it for when that sort of thing happens. You got a couple $100 to blow, and you want to, something great like that could happen. I'm not really advocating it. But I don't see a problem in it having a little bit of fun.
Well, you talk about variance a lot, okay? And then this is really the right side of the equation.
The monster variance here, boy. But, they hit it. Interestingly, this game, Crazy for Poker, it is really an easy game. It gets complicated with all these side wagers, but it's an easy game to play. And there's a few strategies, but in the Ultimate Report, Grosjean says all you really need to do to capture almost all of it is the strategy is you play King 8 or better.
Okay, so you heard it straight here.
Yeah, you check your cards, and if you've got a King 8 or better, you raise, and that's it. You play the hand.
But that's why you buy the book, because there's a bunch of these different games, and there's little nuance.
Yeah,
and the edge, if you know it going in.
It's a good game. The edge in that game is the casino edge is like 3.4%, which is that's fairly high compared to something like blackjack. It's very high.
Sure,
but it plays at a very slow speed. So Crazy for Poker. It's one of the Carney games that has kind of caught on and probably will be around.
All right. Well, I might have to play, because I've never played Crazy for Poker, so I might have to go check out the Ultimate Report and take my $200.
You'll love it.
$200 in a dream.
You'll love it.
All right. Now, also, before we get off the jackpot, I met one of our viewers, Paul S., who comes to the downtown grand tournaments, and he was telling me that he hit the Royal Flush Progressive at the Furnace Bar. And he gave me the picture.
I know. That was cool. What was it, 1,300 or so?
Yeah.
Right? And he said it was his first one ever.
Yeah.
I guess he's been playing for a long time. He plays in the blackjack tournaments. Good player.
Yeah.
And I guess he was at the bar because we were talking about that good game, at that progressive at the bar, which is a double bonus progressive.
Yep.
And he hit the Royal Flush for 13-something. So.
Congratulations, Paul. Great to see you. I'm sure we'll see you next week at the video poker tournament. We're doing it next week, right? Downtown Grand?
Next week? I think so. I think it's on.
Okay.
Yeah. Should be.
Okay. This week's question of the week comes to us from the comments, and boy, it's short and sweet. You're going to have to explain this one, Anthony. It says, are you sure about that $15 per hour cost for hanging out with the pretty bartenders at the D?
Okay, we know what this is about.
Yes.
I mean, this is from, about 3 episodes ago?
A few episodes ago.
Yeah, and we talked the jackpot of the week. The guy who sent it in was saying, I know I played a bad game at Bar Canada, but the girls are so pretty there, I wanted to stay and play. And I go, well, fine. And, you want to play that bad schedule. If you're willing to pay $15 an hour, that's what it costs you.
Right. You're breaking down the math.
Yeah, not a great game that he was playing right there. 95.97%.
Yikes, that's really low.
Yeah, this game's under 96%. Not very good. But he wanted to hang out with the girls. You think the casinos maybe do that on purpose? You know?
You think?
Well, let's say he's playing at a modest 500 hands an hour, all right, which is medium speed. He's paying about $15. His expected loss is about $15 an hour at that rate on the triple play.
Okay.
Quarters. So he's paying $15 an hour to hang out with the girls.
Okay.
Not bad. Yeah. So the comment was, "Are you sure about that $15 an hour?" And I took a look at it, and he was right. I calculated it for nickels, not quarters.
Yikes.
All right? So that would be correct for nickels, but for quarters, it's $75 an hour.
Okay.
So the price of hanging out with the girl was $75 an hour. They were fading to do that.
So the garbage schedule will cost you $75 an hour. But now this also depends on, we learned this from the blackjack tournament. From the video poker tournament. Speed is essential.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the point. If you're going to play a game like that, then you got to slow it down.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you don't want to be playing fast. That doesn't matter. Maybe you're trying to hit the royal and impress the girl. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, that'd be the only reason to do it.
Yeah, speed is essential to the calculation of what it costs.
Yeah, I mean, this is how the casinos make money. They make money on their edge, but also on the turnover, on the speed. So I mean, I'm always in gambling. Speed kills. In negative expectation, speed kills. If you've got positive expectation, now you want fast. But if you're not playing with an edge, you want to play as slowly as possible.
You've said this to me before, and you've enforced this idea. Gamble slow. You say, if I have any advice to give you, just overall advice, gamble slow. Don't gamble fast.
Yeah, I go out and play with my girlfriend. She plays super fast, and I'll turn around and look at her and go, "Your hair's not on fire." And she knows exactly what I'm talking about. I go, "Your hair's not on fire.
Yeah.
You don't have to play so fast.
Right.
Calm down."
Take it slow.
Yep. So take a lesson, folks.
Okay, gamble slow. All right, everybody. As you know, Christmas is right around the corner. It is the holiday season, and we have plenty of stocking stuffers at LVA. If you go online, check it out.
Yeah, last second stuff. I mean, right now it's too late to send anybody anything, but here's a list. You go to our website, go to the store there. You can download a gift certificate, like just to buy. They can buy whatever they want. You can download an LVA membership. We send them a thing. There's Kindle books that can be downloaded right away. There's audio books that can be downloaded right away. I'll just make a quick mention. One of them, our newest, just back from the printer, Weed and Loathing in Las Vegas.
And we like this cover. This is a cool cover.
Cover's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was really this is a more of an industry book. This is about what it took to get the whole cannabis industry going in Vegas. Chris Kudialis is the author, and he is the world's foremost expert on the Vegas scene.
Oh wow!
And on the one of the top experts on the national scene as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, Weed and Loathing.
Okay. Otherwise, LVA for stocking stuffers, last minute stuff that you can get now.
Stuff that you could download if you're really in trouble, and stick a gift card under the tree.
All right, everybody. Thank you for liking, sharing. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for showing up on Thursdays at the Downtown Grand. That's it for this week. We'll see you after the holiday. Anything to add, Anthony?
No, just, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody.
Yeah.
And get your 3-day weekend in, and we'll be back next week. Talk about what's going on going into 2024, right?
Yep. And we'll see you in Vegas.
Well, I'm going to Las Vegas. Where the stick man, he recognized me. He said, "Hey man, do you need another shot at freedom and harmony with your jackpot in Vegas?"
All right, now this week's question of the week comes to us from the comments. It says, "Are you sure about that 15?"
But you didn't use it.
What's that?
The short and sweet.
Oh,
You said
shit.
you wanted short
Okay.
and sweet. You're great at it. It's fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Well-
but I'm not going to use it.
Well, right. I forgot that one part, the short and sweet part. Okay. This week's Jack. That's wild. Okay.
This is like attention deficit disorder to the max.
It is. It really is. And it's too bad having ADD, because pretty soon it turns into OLD. And we don't want that as I'm getting older. Shit. All right. So this week's...
We might have a blooper.
We might have a blooper.
Yeah.
All right.